Hi there! So today I am out here. I'm so excited to tell you guys that I kind of completely forgot, but my sister, she grows like cut flowers and does all kinds of cool little like gifty type things with plants, and she's really good at it. But maybe she'll let us come see her set up sometime. But anyway, her husband is like a super good grower, and they were like, hey, do you want us to grow you some Beacon Impatiens this year so you don't have to pay for them? And I was like, yeah. So she bought some seeds for me, which are like super cheap, as you know. And she grew me some Beacon Impatiens, and she called me the other day and she's like, hey, your Impatiens are ready if you want them. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So anyway, here they are. She grew me, there's more, but I just took this amount right now. But we've got Beacon Red. You can see she wrote on it, Beacon Red, Jess. And then I have two, I think it's Rose. Beacon Rose, Jess. So yeah, we are going to find places to plant these. Some of these are already budding and they're just in like a little plug tray. So what I think I'm gonna do is go back and pinch them off. And so what I'll do is I'll just see that little bud. I'll just pinch that off. And then I'll probably pinch again. Pinch that little bud off. And then what that will do is create a nice bigger and bushier plant instead of it like growing tall and lanky. And I want to show you this one because you can actually see the bloom. It's blooming. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. But unfortunately I'm gonna pinch that off. And it kind of seems like, oh, don't do that at the time, but it really is a lot better for the plant. I kind of want it to be bushier and kind of lush looking, so that's what I'm going for. But you can do whatever suits you. It's your garden, it's your plants, so do what you like to do. Basically, I'm not trying to sit here and pinch back every single plant, so I'm just gonna get the scissors and I'm gonna choppity chop. Unfortunately, it's gonna seem like, but they're gonna be fine. Like, the plants want to live, they want to grow. Any cut you make, it's gonna grow 2 more little shoots, so it'll be just fine. So I'm gonna go grab the scissors. We're gonna get these watered in so they've got a fighting chance, and then we're gonna go get them planted. And this is a lot of plants, so we'll see how it goes. Like, this is, I don't even know, and I'm not gonna try to count because I suck at counting. It's a lot of plants. So let's get them cut, watered, and planted. These ones aren't as bad. They are not as tall as the other ones I just did, so I think I'm gonna leave most of it. These ones, this is a little thick. I think I'm gonna give it just a little trim. On the big ones. I think I'm gonna actually try to plant some in this sunny area So I planted some of these Beacon Impatiens last summer and they did really well. They actually, the ones I had in like part sun did a lot better than the ones I had in full shade. So I'm just gonna try this out just as an experiment. We get probably around like noon, we start getting full sun down here. So I think I had a patch of daffodils right there and then a patch of daffodils right in there. I think I'm going to put some impatiens in there and see how they do. They could fry up and die, but we're just gonna try it. We're gonna see. Let's grab the rose. Is that rose? Yes. Oh, look at my delphiniums. Olivia Rose is opening up more. So beautiful. Okay, yes, we're gonna try to get them in that area and that area to start. So this is actually a really needed thing, I guess, for me to come out here and plant these annuals, because I've been putting off the weed situation out here. I have tons of preen. I just have to, like, for some reason I can't lay the preen until I get like all the weeds out. And I know that preen just stops anything from like seeding and starting a new weed. It's not going to kill the weeds that you already have. But like, for some reason in my mind, I gotta get all the weeds out and then lay the preen. And it's just like, I have so many other things going on. I just can't be bothered right now. So this is kind of forcing me to, as I'm planting annuals, to find like the really weedy spots and pulling them and then putting annuals in their spot in hopes that that will kind of suppress the weeds a little bit more. And then at the end of the day, I am going to spread the preen. That's going to be my one goal, is to get that preen in this soil like ASAP. But there's also some other things I'm going to do, like I'm going to cut back these Brunnera that are done flowering here. They will benefit from a nice little cut back. And then I see some other things over there that I'm going to trim up too. So it's kind of like a well-needed little time in my garden. No big projects, but just like little things that need to get done. This section is a little bit more daunting. I know you can't tell probably from afar, but there are lots of weeds in here, especially over there in my rocks. All those rocks I got, don't mind my yard, we're doing things. Anyway, all these pea stones in here I got for you know when you can go to like Home Depot or Lowe's and the ripped bags of dirt are like on a sale cart at the register? It's like 75% off the ripped stone bags. That's what these were. So I got them super cheap, and I must have never brushed those off. Anyway, so it's not like super thick or anything. It's just like random cheap bags of stone. So the weeds have kind of taken over, and like I said, I just can't be bothered, but we're gonna work our way that way. See what happens. Oh man, what a difference without all the weeds. There are some in there, like here and there, little ones, but sometimes they're easier to pull out once they grow a little bit. But man, what a difference that makes. I do, if you see all these impatiens here that are blooming already, I did buy some vegetables a few weeks back, and I didn't want to pay per tray because it was cheaper to get a whole flat. And I didn't have a full flat of vegetables, so I grabbed some impatiens. So I have had those in there for a few, couple weeks. And then this thing, I just grabbed this Goldilocks out of my yard, and like I have a ton of it right over there. I just pull it from the yard and put it in my pots. But this was looking really pretty, but the squirrels knock it over, so that's my fault. I gotta come up with a better solution. But anyway, I just had to stop for a second and show you how much better that looks with the weeds. And then I did trim my boxwoods, like, I don't know, like a week or two ago, and I didn't blow all the clippings that I left. And So that looks a lot better. But so far I've made it all the way from the tip all the way down to here. So I have one plug tray left. I went through 2 plug trays, and then I think I want to plug some in. I don't know. I really like this situation. Like the autumn frost hosta. I don't know. I kind of don't want to take away from them. You know what? Actually, they might look good. Let's go around here. I'll show you. Maybe I'll plug a few impatiens in between my boxwoods. Let's try that. Now we have some Beacon Impatiens plugged in between each one of my boxwoods in the back there, and that way you'll kind of see some like color popping up in the back. Last year I planted them in front of my autumn frost hosta, and it looked beautiful, but it kind of covered them up. So I don't want to do that again. I'm trying to think of something I could maybe get that is like lower to the ground, but honestly I kind of like it how it is, and these annuals were free from my sister, and I really don't want to buy any more annuals. That's like my whole goal, is to not buy any more this year. So I think I'm going to just jam pack them in here. I had them in here last year, but first I'm going to clean up this line a little bit. I think I'm just going to go get my regular shovel and just quick give a little edge around this little garden bed here. We are in the process of getting a shed down there, and if you've watched my movies, you've probably heard me say that like 14 times. But anyway, so our lawn is a little messed up, and then we're gonna get, after they get that in, we're gonna get some more of that rock that we have down there and put it in that little area right there. So I already dug that out, but I do want to clean up this line right here and just like clean up the edge a little bit before I get my annuals planted. So I just wanted to take a little second to encourage you. I feel like I'm a little like scatterbrained all over the place today, but that's true. But I am getting things done. So at least I'm out here, at least I'm doing something. You know, I came out here to plant my 3 plug trays of annuals, and I have 2 down, 1 to go. So that's great. We're making progress there, and it's looking really good. But I was getting a little discouraged because I got out here and I seen tons of weeds. I found myself pulling more and more weeds. And then I seen things that needed cut back. So I had to stop and cut those things back. Then I seen the bird bath. It needed cleaned out, and it needed fresh water in it. So I had to do that. Now I gotta dig out this chunk of edging here to make it look nice. And so for a split second, I was like, oh, I'm so chaotic, like I'm not getting anything done. And then I was thinking, yeah, I did. I cut some things back. I pulled a bunch of weeds. Like I planted 2 plug trays, not flats, plug trays. And now I'm gonna go dig out, you know, an edge. Like that's a lot of things. So don't get discouraged if you get out in your garden and you're like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Like at least you're doing something. So anyway, just a little bit of encouragement from me. Let's keep going. I'm gonna grab my hose and, oh, here it is. I'm gonna grab this, and I don't think it reaches all the way down there. I'm kind of scared to go through here because I'm not scared of chipmunks. They're just like, they just like jump out of nowhere, like a snake. Well, no, not like a snake, 'cause I'm actually afraid of snakes. But I'm just gonna take this hose and try to like feed it off the side, but I'm not really sure what kind of creepy animal is creeping about in these hydrangeas, so. Let's just do it. Oh god, there's a chipmunk hole. There's a freaking chipmunk hole. Oh gosh. Ah! Shoot. I've seen something. Oh god. Hold on, I can't do it. Oh, hold on. It's just a toad. It's just a toad. I'm okay with toads. Right? Yeah, he's okay. It's just a toad. Okay. Whew. Wow, that was intense. Let's get this. Oh my gosh. This is like... Oh, you guys. Look at that plum pudding heuchera. Oh, it's so pretty. Right. I bought one of these hoses, and they're awesome because they just like, you don't have to wind them up, but it's leaking. If anybody has any tips on, maybe it's my attachment, it just leaks. I don't know what to do, but it's better than the attachment that came on it. Y'all, I am all done for the day. I've got like a little over half of a plug tray left of the rose. I'll have to find a spot for those. I'm sure I can find a spot, but I'm gonna call it quits for tonight because I have to lead worship at church tomorrow, and so I have to go probably practice the song. We'll just do a quick run through and I'll show you all the ones I got planted. And I don't have any mulch out here yet either. I think that's why my weed situation is like really bad, well, worse than normal. So we have so much going on this year that I just haven't had time to get mulch out here, but maybe I won't, we'll see. But yeah, we'll just take you through and show you what we planted. I put some right here, and this is like full sun, so this is kind of just a test to see how they do. I also put some right in here, this little patch that's also full sun. So we'll see how they do. I'm planning on that they're gonna fry up and die, but that's okay. We planted some around that little rock. And then, ooh, look, my penstemon is blooming. Somebody asked about that. Well, it's starting to bloom. Got some over there too. Anyway, back on track. I planted some in this little patch where I have my daffodils, so that'll be pretty. Then I planted some in this little patch where I have my daffodils, and through there under my flag. And Where else did we do? Oh, over in here, this is all full of impatiens, and then I popped some in front of each one of these Warwick comic, and then a patch right there. And then we did a little patch kind of in and around that Brennera there. I did some right there. And in through here, around that little boxwood. You can see they're super tiny. And then I did like a little strip of them in through here. I did some around the base of this little iron thing I have. I think that's it, actually. I think I stopped. And then from here on, all I did was I kind of cleaned up that bird bath and put water in it. Cleaned up all the weeds. Let's see. Oh, yes, I put some more impatiens in here between each boxwood. Oh yeah, of course. And then over here, there's a little patch of them. And I cleaned up this line. That looks a lot better. Nice and clean and rounded. And I put some down here. And I also filled that bird bath up as well. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I know we did a lot of random things today. I said I was just gonna plant annuals, but life is always full of adventure in the garden. You never know what is to be holded, what is to be held. Oh my gosh, it's a long day. I gotta go practice my songs. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.